don't know. My name is Destroy, my brothers.
SiriusXM Shade 45 Control Alt Destroy. DC Comics, Marvel Comics create superheroes, and here I am with the phenomenal Paul Reiser. How you doing, young man?
I'm well and honored to be on that list.
When he was doing this thing, he was out here in NYC, and you turn up at Palladium, bro.
That's right.
I used to party there, bro.
Yes, that was the last special I did in like 1991. It was at the Palladium, which when I grew up in that neighborhood, it used to be the Academy of Music. It was a theater. It was a movie theater, and then it became like a club. Yeah, then it was a very cool club, and then it became. I think I shut it down. Now it's NYU. After me, they went, you know what, just let kids sleep here.
Gentrification happened.
Gentrification indeed happened.
You know, Palladium nightclub had some good times. You have a party there?
No. After it was a theater and before...
Try to talk on the mic. This guy,
Jesus.
I hate these new comedians that come onto the scene. They get famous off of social media.
I was being polite looking at you, but now I'm not going to look at you. But before it was a club and it was a concert hall. I saw they used to have really odd bills to put together, and I saw Vanilla Fudge, wow, the James Gang, and B.B. King. And I can't remember. I think B.B. King was the headliner.
Room?
In that room, but it was a much bigger. It was like
it's
a theater.
Huge. Yeah.
That was a cool show. I was 14 or something, and I think the draw was the James Gang, with Joe Walsh's first band, and I remember hearing on radio, they'll be at the Academy of Music. It wasn't the Palladium, and I went, oh, that's 2 blocks from my house. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
It was cool.
So when you was on 14th, were you on the east side or the
14th on the river, east side?
Yeah.
Stuytown.
Wow, that's amazing. You had
Stuytown when it was still cheap.
Yeah.
Because it was like we had a 4-bedroom apartment. No, 5-bedroom apartment for like $300 a month.
Yeah,
and,
different times.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore. Apparently, it's more.
I loved it. When my dad got his check, we would go to Blimpies on the corner.
I built a wing there.
Yeah.
Blimpies. I got a number 9 roast beef there like every weekend. That's hysterical. I haven't thought of the Blimpies on 14th and 1st next to the bicycle store. And that was like living it. My friends and I would go in there. But there was something in the air that you would walk out and you would smell like Blimpies for a couple of weeks. You'd go, you guys just come from Blimpies? No, last week. Well, you got this oil and vinegar stink to you.
Young Paul,
yes, sir.
Hanging out with Peter Flood. You land your first diner in acting class.
Peter Flood, where'd you get that?
Right? And then...
where'd you get that? Oh, my God. I haven't even thought of that name.
And then Barry Levinson says...
well, you do some research. Are you like CIA? Who are you? Who are you? Peter Flood. My God. Yes, Diner was my first movie.
What If Carter Burke?
There is a comic book, the What If comic book. Someone came to me and said, it was first presented to me as an idea for a TV show. What do you think about a comedy, Burke Lives? I said, that's hysterical. And we had this idea that's like The Office, but in space. It's like that Burke has spent 36 years just being, just in no man's land on the planet nowhere. And then we said, well, what if we make it a comic book? And I said, my son Leon, he really knows his comic books. And I did very little on it. It was these 3 guys, Adam Goldberg and Hans Rodionoff and Leon did all the writing. And I would just throw in like dialogue from my guy. It's very strange to write, for a comic book, because as an actor, you write things and you go, well, what if I said it? I wouldn't say it like that. And I would have to go, you're not going to say it, asshole. It's in a comic book. It's in a little balloon coming out of your mouth. So I don't have to say it. Okay, write whatever you want. I don't care.
We're going to get into some controversy here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, everybody step back. I'm here with Paul Reiser. The question is, why did Eddie Murphy ruin your opportunity to work with Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, that is controversy. Yes. I don't know how widely known that is, but truly, Sylvester Stallone was originally cast in what was going to be Beverly Hills Cop. And then I don't know anything about it. And I was given this little part. And I said, I'm going to get to meet Sylvester Stallone. And then for whatever reason, Stallone walked away. and it went to Eddie. And that was, in that time, Eddie, 48 Hours was a huge hit. Oh, and also Trading Places he had done already. Nice. So he was huge, and they were probably looking for the next Eddie things. Anyway, so I go, oh, well, I don't get to meet Stallone there. I did meet him years later, but I go, okay, I don't do this with Eddie, which was great because I already knew him from the clubs, so the comedy club. So it was really fun and easy, and he just like radiates star. It's like he's cool. He's great. He's just the best.
And the first scene you guys shot was you in the car at the airport with him, right?
In this new one.
Yeah.
Nice. That was the only time we got to hang, between takes, sitting in a car, and suddenly we're going, remember the guy who was the bartender at the club? Oh, yeah, he was an idiot. Remember that guy? It was just, it was like 45 years hadn't passed.
Man, what a career of yours. Why didn't Family Guy get you to voice you?
Hello? Yeah, I don't know. Who did it?
Seth MacFarlane over there.
He did me?
But did you?
That gave me a little cred with my son. He goes, "Hey, Dad, I'm making fun of you." I go, "That's good, right?" "Yeah, you're cool." He didn't know that until then.
You're talking about a gentleman who hung out on Johnny Carson, on the set, behind the set, and also created a series off how powerful that set was, huh?
Did a show, which at the moment you can't find, but I'm going to make sure we can find it. It's called There's Johnny, and it was about behind the scenes of The Tonight Show of 1972, where you definitely were not born yet. And that was when the show moved to California and it became the cool party show that it was for a spell. And so I'm not in that, but I got to write it and to produce it. And it was the premise was this little kid from Nebraska, a little farm kid, ends up dropped into California and into the world of sex, drugs, rock and roll, showbiz. And it was a beautiful little show, which I'm going to come back and tell you when we know where it can find it.
Yeah, I definitely want to, because I sat with Melissa Rivers and Joan Rivers. That's how she meets Melissa Rivers' father. They marry 4 days after they meet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting all my news from you from now on. You are plugged in. I'm learning stuff. Where did you find Peter Flood?
Out here
you have some crack research.
Yeah, I want everybody to make sure you guys take an opportunity to enjoy and find reasons to smile, step away from the madness of news. And
I'm taking a little moratorium from news. I need a little break. You know what's funny? I opened the show with a line I started doing on stage because I started to feel a little silly. Like, I'm talking about things that happen that don't seem important, and there's so many things in the world. So as sort of a disclaimer, I would open up and say, hey, you know what? Nothing, just so you know, nothing important today. I'm not going to say anything political or social. And I was saying that just to cover my ass, little disclaimer. But people would clap. They go, "Oh, thank you. We're so happy that you're not going to say anything that we have to think about." And I realized, there's value in that. This is where there's a reason people need to laugh now, maybe more than before.
Absolutely. The past has been a ride. The future's wonderful because 2025, we get this Stranger Things. Bro, you've been part of Beverly Hills Cop, Stranger Things, The Boys, reboot, short-lived, but really dope. Like a lot of really mainstays.
Very few shows are allowed to be made if I'm not in them. That's sort of a new. They don't talk about it because it's illegal.
Yeah.
But no,
you said it here.
I've been lucky. Yeah, I got to be invited to play on some really cool sandboxes. The Stranger Things. They had the big huge hit first season, and immediately after the first season dropped, and it was a hit, I got a call saying, they want you to be in season 2. Would